destination. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm gonna grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
What's going on, y'all? Back at it with another video. Today's video is going to be episode 1 of the Road to 405 squat series. And basically what this is right now my PR is 315. I haven't squatted for a month. I'll explain why I haven't squatted just in a minute. And my PR is 315, so I'm gonna work my way up to a PR of a 1 rep max for 405. Now, this is probably gonna be a long series. I mean, at least like 6 to 7 months, but I'm just gonna try to post 1 video a week basically on it every leg day that I do. And at the beginning I might be doing 2 leg days a week, and then I'll probably switch over to 1 leg day a week, because 1 leg day in the gym, and then I do play in a soccer league, which I might make some videos on that, we'll see. But doing the soccer league, doing 2 leg days a week, just it's not a thing. I've tried it before, it just doesn't work. It's too taxing on my legs. But so I haven't squatted in a while. The reason for that is I had interior pelvic tilt, and if you know what that is, you know how much it sucks. If you don't know what that is, basically it's when your hips rotate forward. It deactivates your lower back, it deactivates your glutes, it deactivates your hamstrings, and it deactivates your abs. So basically I worked my way up to a 315 squat using just my quads, having a tight lower back most of the time, and I kind of just ignored it. I was like, screw it, if I can still squat and my back doesn't hurt that much, I'll just keep going. Eventually, when I hit 315, it got to the point where I couldn't squat anymore. It was too much. My numbers started suffering. I started feeling pain everywhere. I just wasn't happy with it, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a month off squatting, see how long it takes me, and just try to fix it. So basically, the way you fix it, the way I've been fixing it, is I've been stretching every night. I've been stretching my quads every night. I've been stretching my hip flexors every night. I've been stretching my glutes, just everything, my hips. And just trying to, alleviate some of the tightness that I've been having because of just overworking those muscles. So I've been doing that every night. Another thing is you need to learn how to activate your glutes and your hamstrings. So basically, for the month I haven't been squatting, I've just been starting my workout with hip thrusts. And that's what I'm going to do today too before I get back into my squatting. Start with hip thrusts so I get a mind-muscle connection with my glutes, and I'll learn how to activate them properly, which I did. And then when you go back on the squat bar, the ideal situation is that you don't have that pelvic tilt anymore and your back is flat, and then you won't have the tightness in your back, and you'll be able to use your quads, your glutes, and your hamstrings to squat instead of just your quads. So in theory, you'll be using more muscles, it'll be more comfortable, you should be able to be stronger and lift more weight. So this is episode 1. I'm just going to be taking you guys through my leg workout today, and then for the next episode next week, I'm just going to be doing the same thing. And I'm going to be altering my percentages, altering my rep ranges, so you guys know exactly what I'm doing to build up my squat strength. And I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to hit this 405 for 1 before next summer. So sometime in April, I'll be able to hit it. And that's the goal I set for myself. So welcome to episode 1. I'll pick it back up at the gym when we get started. And I'll show you guys everything, man. I'll show you guys my warm-up. I'll record my stretching, what I do before, my dynamic warm-up, how I work up to my top sets. And today I'm not going to go 100% just because I haven't squatted in a month. So I don't want to go too crazy and get really sore the next day. So I'm just going to, ease my way back into it, work up to a decently heavy weight, but not going 100% on the squats. The rest of the stuff I will be going 100%, but you guys are going to see all that. Alright, so basically right now, I'm just showing you guys my kind of like warm-up and my little foam rolling that I do just to get everything nice and warm and juicy before I start squatting. When I first originally started squatting, what I used to do was I would do like a couple minutes on the Stairmaster and then roll out, but then I just kept doing that and I didn't really like it anymore. So now I just go directly foam rolling and then into my squatting. So as you can see here, I started with foam rolling of my ankles and my calf area just to get my ankle mobility going and just get everything nice and loose. Next, I work over to my quads, which with my pelvic tilt being now fixed, my quads were extremely tight before, so I'm just going to make sure I loosen those up completely before I even get under the squat bar. So usually my foam rolling takes about 5 to 15 minutes, mostly like 10 to 15, just because I want to make sure that like fully warmed up, fully ready to go. All my muscles are loose, nothing's tight before I go under the bar. And right here, so I'm just doing my hamstrings. Also, I just like to do like my full legs, obviously get all areas: ankles, calves, quads, glutes, and hamstrings. So, and also I make sure to get the insides of my hips along with the outsides of my hips, just because with the whole pelvic tilt thing, it just really makes like your quads and your hips super super tight. So now that it's fixed, I want to make sure I don't allow anything like that to get overly tight again. I like to do my lower back. I even do my upper back and my traps, just because I'm gonna have that heavy weight bar on my traps, right? So I want to get that all loose and have the blood go flowing before I put the bar on my back. So yeah, this is just me just doing some more dynamic stretches here, just loosen up my core a bit. I really like this one, the push up into the extension here. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes and you'll feel a nice stretch on your abs. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the foam rolling. This is my last stretch where I just get the lats and my back nice and opened up, and then I hop right into squatting. So like I said before, I won't be going 100% on my squats. I was doing about 90%, and then the week after 95, and then that's when I'll go the week after that 100% back into my squats and trying to get some PRs. So I'll start off here, as you can see, just with the plate on each side. So 135, just getting good depth. And I have my lifting shoes on, but I don't really need my knee sleeves just yet, or my belt. So I just like to make sure that everything's feeling nice. And coming back to squatting after taking my time off to fix my pelvic tilt, man, it's just such a difference where you can feel your glutes and your hamstrings firing properly, where before I would just feel all the tension on my quads. So my second warm-up set is where I hop into 185, and for these I did pull up the knee sleeves. So I just got a new pair of knee sleeves. Actually, I'm wearing a size small, and these are tight as hell. Like, I just made the cut for these, and like if I have them on for more than 15 minutes, my legs start feeling tingly, and I don't know if I'm like cutting off circulation or what, but they're super super tight. So my second set was 185, and now I'm worked my way up to 2 plates, throwing the belt on. So I believe I hit this for 5 reps here, just kind of like a warm-up. I was working up to about an 80% of my 1 rep max for 5. So as you can see here, yeah, that's just me doing the warm-up set still. I still wouldn't count this as a working set because I kind of want to like get up to a good weight just for like hopping back into squats. So yeah, this is basically my last warm-up set before I really get going. And then here is my first working set, where I believe it was 255 or 250, I can't quite remember. But just getting back into the swing of things, right? So this is pretty heavy weight for not squatting in over a month, but you got to get back into it if you want to have, you know, like get your squat back built. So back squats, I do a high bar squat if you haven't noticed that, so the bar is heavily sitting on my traps. But yeah, so I hit this for a pretty clean 6 reps. I was thinking about doing 7, but I just capped it off at 6. And then after, I didn't really record, but I did drop it down 2 plates again, and then 185. So this is my first set of hip thrusts. I didn't really want to bore you guys with all my sets, so I just recorded my like first or second set on each exercise just to show you guys what I'm really doing. So yeah, hip thrusts are essential to get your glutes built, especially if you want to fix the pelvic tilt. These were like bread and butter for me, so I continue to do them just because I don't want the problem to reoccur again. So usually I'll work up to a plate and like a 35 on each side. And then my next workout here, as you guys can see, are just some quad extensions. I usually do a 4x12 on these, and I haven't done like direct quad work in over a month also, just trying to get the flexibility and loosen them up again before, I went, because they were overactive with the pelvic tilt. And then next I would do these hamstring curls, and in my month of taking off of squatting, I was doing heavily glute and heavily hamstring like active workouts, just so I could get a mind muscle connection with them and make sure to build them back up. And yeah, so I just obviously continue to work my hamstrings. They were definitely underdeveloped when I first started fixing my pelvic tilt. And then I just finished off with these rope cable crunches, and this is like really targeting your lower abs, and I really enjoy this workout here, this exercise. And you really feel it burn, and you really feel the activation in your core. And this is also one of those bread and butter things to help fix the pelvic tilt, so I suggest doing this if you had that problem. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my first episode of the Road to 405 series. I plan on posting everything when I get back to 100% on my squats. So stay tuned and thanks for watching.